Hello, YouTubers. My friend Stanislav and I are back again. We are continuing our journey to, build a decentralized social media platform. It's amazing how open source can, bring people together from all over the world and allow them to kind of collaborate and cooperate into building something for the rest of the world. Last time, we were hanging out, we put together a dialogue, right? People really
Right.
liked that video, because, everybody wants to know how to build a dialogue in Blazor, right? So you gotta put the right content out there. But more importantly, Stanislav, you've been doing a lot of great work in terms of building the back end work. I mean, things that, takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit time consuming, but you actually throughout since our last video, throughout the last week or so, probably couple of weeks. Has it been already a couple of weeks? You've been actually putting a lot of time and effort into building the back end of this, just
Right.
to give
Mm.
yeah, just to give you guys the visualization of what Stanislav has been doing here. He basically went in. You probably want to explore building a provision before before Christoph takes it. But Chris takes it. But anyway, so you did the views, which retrieve all post views. This service here, its main responsibility is to be able to go hit the API, hit the foundation service, and then pull all the posts, all social media posts. And from that point onwards, you and I are going to play a little bit with the UI, right? We need to build a bunch of components. Let's architect this solution together and let's
Mm.
see what we can come up with. So I'm going to switch the screen here to the design screen. Let's go here. Share screen, window. Here it is. Models and design. Okay. And here's what we need to do, my friend. We need to build basically our end result would be you'd have a page like this, and this page will have a timeline, just a simple timeline. And inside that timeline container, of course, on the side here we can put, interesting posts. On the left here you can put in, your profile, the social media groups that you're in. This is not going to be a problem, right? And then in here maybe there's the profile, maybe the guys who's logged in, their picture is up here on the right side. Maybe we want to give them a menu up here where they can, collapse, and I'm going to show you all that kind of good stuff. You're gonna build an entire portal, an entire platform with me, and maybe we're gonna add on top here some search capability, right, to allow people to search through the system, search for users, search for lists. I will show you how to implement a mechanism for fuzzy search. So if I don't know how to say your name, for instance, I don't know how to spell it,
Mm.
pronounce it, the system will be able, like, if let's say we're searching for Melissa, but instead of writing Melissa with two S's, I typed it like this. I'm going to show you how to do fuzzy search so the system knows you're looking for Melissa with two S's, because there's this
Mm.
feature, it's called Soundix, that allows people to actually get that kind of power and
Correct.
implement. Yeah.
Mm.
When you search Google and it says, did you mean this or that? That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Mm.
But this is all in the future. You and I are going to build that stuff together. Going to be menus popping from here and menus popping from the side. But what we really care about is this container and what goes inside of this container, right? So there are two things that go inside this container. There is the normal post. Let's say this is a post. Here's another post. I'm going to have to work with Chris. Chris is from England, I think, and I'm gonna have to work with him to see, how we're gonna add the commenting in there. But okay, so here's the posts, all of these posts. But also we need to add a little dialogue up here that when we click on it, it pops up that dialogue that you and I worked on. You remember that last time? So there's gonna
Mm.
be a button here that says send, a little button here that says send, like this. And when you click on that button, it will pop up a dialog, that will basically allow us to post a new post. That's also in the future, right? The one thing we care about today is the container of these posts and how we're gonna visualize these posts in there accordingly. So this guy will pop up a dialog like this. That's what you and I built last time. So there's this guy, put this guy like this gonna be real quick. And this dialog basically will have all the content that we need to do. Okay, what do we need to work on today? Well, what do we have really, right? We need this guy, this container here. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
container is gonna be the guy that allows us to put in all of these little components in there. So that's number one. And then number two, these guys in here, right? These different guys, we want to be able to turn a post into a little tile into the system. Okay, so I thought about that a little bit, and then I thought, okay, what's the right tool for us to use? Here's what I thought. Here's what I came up with. Let me share my screen here. So
Mm-hmm.
SyncFusion has this amazing um, thing that we can use. Let's see if you think that's a good idea or not. You know, so here's SyncFusion Blazor. SyncFusion is a third-party library for those who are not familiar that we're using um, to do our development work to build pretty applications. But feel free to use whatever you want, you know, whatever works for you. This is just one thing that I like to use because they make things simple. Here's what we can use, my friend. They have this idea here that we can take advantage of. There's two things. There's cards, you know, just simple cards. Let's see if I can find this in here. Cards, basic cards. So there are these cards. You see those? And the cards have like buttons on them. You can make them horizontal, you can make them vertical, you can make them however you want to make them. That's one option that they have, right? But there's also the tiles option. So if I go back here and look for tile view, not this one. What is that guy? Nope, not this guy. Hold on. I think it's this one. Yeah, do you see those? Those are movable tiles, right? That we can play around with, you know, and they can kind of help us, you know, add whatever tiles we want, right? Whatever we want. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
think? Should we try with these tiles? These tiles are a little bit, you know, complex, but they're not impossible. Or should we go
Mm-hmm.
with the cards? I think basic cards are just simple. You could just hold them in and throw them in. What do you think?
Yeah, I think people gonna need to wait longer for the dashboard a little bit stuff, but I think maybe the static cards are more suitable because we have like a list, I guess,
Yes,
right? As you
yes.
show, and I don't think that it should be like not allowed, but to move like the posts around, because you destroy the context of the
I like it.
posts, I
Should
guess.
should we then start with the card? We could start with the card. We can pick up that guy here, and we could go and say, you know, see the beautiful thing about these cards is that it'll allow you, if someone uploads pictures and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll allow you to kind of put the picture out there and then put the content under the picture, and then maybe this button will be like comment or something like that. We'll see. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to talk to
Right.
Chris about that, you know, and see what he thinks. But that's what he has, what we have. So there's these cards. Let's start simple. What do you think about building a base component for the
Mm-hmm.
card? And let's just start simple with like a title. I think we already did this, did we? Do we already have a card? I don't think we do. Let's see.
Mm.
No,
I
no,
think we
that
have
was all in my head. We
mm,
never did. I dreamed it, but it never happened.
I don't know if we don't have one in OSSS though. I don't know if you can.
So there's dialogue, base. Oh, maybe O triple S does have it.
Yeah, I think OSSS does have this. Yeah.
I could swear, man. I know that I wrote this somewhere or saw someone who wrote it somewhere. I know
Mm,
that. Okay, let's see. Let me go back here. Let's see. So O triple S portal,
mhm.
and then you have web, you have views, you have bases. Ah, someone did it. Who did that? Let's see. Card base. No, this is date picker. Card base. Oh, it was Brian Parker. Nice. Okay, Brian. So this is the card that we want to play around with, right? Let's build that. Okay, go ahead. Share your
Mhm.
screen. Let's start a new project and let's see if we
Right.
can.
So let's go. share the screen.
All right, Brett, go for it.
This is gonna be this one.
Uh-huh.
So let me know if you.
Yep, I can see you.
So it's gonna be basis
Yep, base
card.
card. Exactly. Why did you branch off of card component instead of master? Does it matter?
I think this was like the same thing.
Okay. If that's the case, I think we should be good.
Yep. So right. Then I guess when we want to build a card, we need to have the razor component.
Yes, sir. That's what
We
I
can
heard.
call card base.
Uh-huh. Oh man, this is gonna be fun because we're gonna need a timeline, and then we're gonna put the cards in the timeline. What's happening? What's going on? Are you in an airplane? Okay, go for
No,
it.
it was like a package or whatever.
Do it. I'm just
Delivery.
Oh, the delivery guy. Okay, you
Yeah,
got
right.
pizza coming in today. Is that what it is? Okay,
Oh, like
right.
some stuff from Amazon, I don't know.
All right, man.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, this is very slow today.
So you want to partialize, right? And then you want to let's see. So I'm gonna look on this side and tell you. I'm gonna steal Brian Parker's work here. So he
Like this
offered,
component. Mm.
yeah, he offered title and content. So title is just a parameter. It's a string, just a simple string. Do we even need titles in the cards? Do you think we need titles in the cards? I don't think so. We just
Mm.
need content. We just need
Because we want
content,
to
right?
have the post, right? We have the post like the content of the post is a string, so it doesn't
Here,
have like a title, but to be
here's an
more
idea.
generic, maybe. Mm.
To be more generic, and I think if we can use the title to say who posted this, like we're gonna use the title to say Hassan said, right?
Mhm,
And then we
mhm.
can use the footer to say the date in which the card has been posted. So yeah, let's pass a parameter for title, and also we can pass a parameter for subtitle if we want to, so that's there.
So title and subtitle you said,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, right. And then we want the content, and the content is render fragment. It's whatever we want it to be because we're gonna add pictures in there. Sometimes we just want to add text. It depends, you know.
Right. So parameter is a random fragment.
Right. And then another render fragment, which is the footer.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Let's go and say, um, let's build the markup for that guy. So this guy is SF cards. You want to pull in using SyncFusion Blazor cards in there.
Using SyncFusion Laser.
Cards.
Mhm.
Okay. And
And
then
now
the,
the naming works. Yeah.
yeah, now, are you still on the preview version or is this the final one? This is the final one.
This is the final one. That's
Yep.
why we're lagging. So
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
let's go.
Okay, SF card, and then we want card header. So if you do a card header, zoom in a little bit, Slav, so people can see. So control and then, yep, there you go. Thank you so much. I know this is huge probably on your side, but
Mhm.
okay. So card header and then title and subtitle, and just pass these parameters that you created to it. So that's title and then subtitle. Nice. I should have told Brian to put the parameter in the next line. Yep, subtitle. Okay, so let's close this one. And then what we can do, my friend, we need card content. So let's create another one, which is card content. In this guy, you're gonna see a part, that's called enable separator. So take a space and just type enable separator equals true. Hmm.
And what is this for? Enable separator that you.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of split out, the top from the bottom, and then close
Oh.
on. Yeah, close after true, and just do add content inside that guy. So
Oh.
go, yeah, yeah,
True.
because it's a no, 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 not close. You're like, yeah, there you go, and then put content in there in the middle between these two. Mhm. There you go. That's my brother right there. And then the same thing with a card footer. So take a new line, new line, and then do content, a card footer, right? And then we want card footer content. No, 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 another tag. They have like another tag called card footer content inside that guy. Yeah. Because I think the card also has like a button or some sort of stuff going on. Yep, yep, that guy.
So like
Then
this, and here the footer, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Let's test this guy. Let's put it on some index page and let's pass some content to it and let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Worth a shot, right?
Oh, we have the dialogues
Yeah,
in
that's
place.
okay. That's okay. Let's take it out and do a new one. Mhm. Yeah, that was fun. We made a nice dialogue there. You'll see how all these components come together. It's pretty cool. Okay, card
And I
base.
think it's also like very amazing the idea to abstract even like the components
Yes.
to make it reusable and also easy to switch the libraries, right?
Yeah. Let's put the title like Stanislav said. You'll just Stanislav said and then colon. That's it.
Ah,
And let's make
colon.
yeah, and let's make the subtitle. Let's make the subtitle some date and time. Let's try that. Like type in Wednesday 2019 or something.
You say
Yeah,
like a
W-E.
word, or should I
Yeah, the word, the actual word. Just type in
or
Wednesday,
just
like that.
dating or
Oh,
like
is it also Wednesday today? No, it is. It's not. It's still Tuesday. No, no, just type like string. Like we're just
okay.
testing it, right? Type WED and then 2019 or something. Yeah, something like that. We'll try it. And then open close this guy here, and then let's put a tag inside that guy that's called content. Yeah. We're gonna have to try Eagle Hansen's, new idea of mocking components. We'll play
Mm.
around with that one. There's been a conversation with him. I need to follow up with him today or something just to see where the. So anyway, in the content area, let's just put a P, like a paragraph, just a normal paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of it, just throw any garbage. Do you know lorem ipsum? Have you heard of that stuff? Of course you have.
Yeah, this
Lorem,
is like this random text, right? Yeah.
yeah. Do you know where it came from? Lorem ipsum?
No, actually, no.
So,
Can you
so
say?
lorem ipsum used to be a thing that they used in the printing industry to test all the letters in a typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't mean anything at a time, but it was how people used it. So anyway, if you can find it, you can find the lorem ipsum
So like the random.
generator. Yeah,
Mm.
here
So
it
I
is.
went like there, right? On you mean like
Yep,
something like
yep.
this?
We're exactly at the same location. Perfect. All right, perfect. And then I don't know what we're gonna put in the footer, but let's just run and see what happens. Let's see what this card
Mhm.
does for us today. We're probably gonna need to put the width to 50% or something, but we'll see.
And I think we're gonna need to remove the dialog reference, I guess, but
The
not sure
dialogue? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's some code behind here, right?
Ooh, yeah, I don't think it'll carry. Oh, yeah, it's probably gonna
Oh,
be.
no, it
Yes.
will not care, I guess, right? Because we still, no,
No, it'll blow
did
up.
not, yeah, we did not create it, right?
Yep, it'll
Okay,
say the dialogue cannot, the object is not set to an instance of an object or something like that. Yep.
right.
Okay, let's do it, my brother. We can do it.
Oh, sorry for the delay.
That's okay. Let's talk
But
about
but
the
uh,
let's talk about the
yeah.
weather in Germany while we're at it.
Oh, we had today the first day slow
Snow, snow.
snow. Yeah, yeah,
Man, I live in Seattle. We don't have to deal with that stuff.
yeah.
When I lived in
Is it?
Iowa, we had a lot of snow, but not in there.
Uh,
Yeah.
in Seattle, yeah, that's also pretty advantageous sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rerun it.
Okay. This is fun. Are you having fun? Because I'm having fun too.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's see
nice.
what we're building a social media platform. How crazy is that?
This is really crazy,
You
and
know,
no one tried to like hijack us yet, like from Facebook or something.
not yet, not yet. Wait till you get popular, and then you're gonna start getting in trouble.
Right, right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I have something running.
Let me check if it's open somewhere. Or where is it then?
Mm,
Not here, but it's running, right?
mm.
Yeah, there it is. I guess.
It's on the other screen.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. Yay! Look at that. Here's a post.
The
Now let's
poster.
go. Let's go and put that post. Let's put that post width to 50% on the base component level.
So say like on the card base itself, right? Or
Mm. So you see on the card, all the way up at the card itself, just type style equal width 50%. Yep, right here. Yep. This is the crappy way to do it. We'll find the good way to do it too. Mhm. Okay. Is this hot reload working?
let's try.
It's not working. It's useless. Let's see.
I think it's gonna. It's taking a while, I guess. But
Okay. Do you have to refresh the page? Mm. Okay.
with it 50%, it should be right, right?
Yeah, width. Yeah. I
Do
guess
they
we have.
have like? Oh my god, not this
Yeah,
again.
some people told me this. Some people told me that yeah, I see this too all the time. It's not just you. Okay, some people told me that you have to have um your directory or you have to be in some release mode. I don't think so. I just think it's just I
Mm,
haven't looked into it to be honest with you, so we'll see. I told people the other day how to implement their own hot reload, but I never tried it myself with the Visual Studio stuff, so we'll
mm.
see how that works. Mm.
Yeah, let's
And
restart and then check if it's gonna be load.
yeah,
Yeah,
still mm.
yeah.
Need to beef up that machine of yours. What do you need? RAM? Is that what you need? RAM?
No, I think I have like 16 RAM. I think it's just when you there it is.
There it is.
Where when you have a
Beautiful.
laptop, it's just doesn't have enough juice, right? So it's like throttles all the time.
Yeah. So
Well,
let me see if uh, can you go back to the view real quick? That's a lot.
to the
The whip.
index view or
No, the
with,
page
mm.
that you had open, the demo. Edge. If you open Edge,
All
it's
right, right, okay.
oh,
Oh,
it's already closed it. That's okay. I wonder if we should put the date at the bottom instead of at the top. What do you think about that idea?
yeah. Um,
Just
like
this
as a
is
footer, like
yeah, as a footer, just as a design kind of. But we're gonna need the footer for other things. Like we're gonna need the footer to allow people to put comments and stuff like that in there. So
mhm,
for now, let's put the date in the footer, but we're gonna have to, Chris and I are gonna have to come back and kind of fix this because he built the entire comments, from the back end to the front end. So we want to incorporate allowing people to add in comments into a post. Oh man,
nice,
this is coming together. I love that. Okay,
nice. Oh,
okay. So here's
okay.
the next step for us is that we need to be able to create a timeline. base component, right? This
Mhm.
timeline base component needs to basically contain all of these components from within. And I guess like in a timeline, what would we need really in a timeline? Let's create a new component. This one is going to be test driven, Stanislav. This
Mhm.
component is going to take in as an input parameter. It's going to take in or is going to call in the post view service, and it's going to render these posts. Okay, let's create a PR first for this amazing base component that you just built. Don't
Mhm.
forget to take a screenshot and in the PR and
Then I need to launch it again. But
yes, yes, yeah. So what's this? This is base, right? Don't forget to tag it like base or bases and then colon. Yep, there you go. Creating base card.
this index we should keep, or should I
Yeah,
just?
it's just for demo. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not finalized. Okay, perfect.
Then just push it. And while
Uh-huh.
I'm pushing, I'm starting it. Let's see.
Okay, sounds good, brother. Sounds good.
So actually, the timeline component would only be like an iteration of anything you put in there, or would you
That's
say
literally
that
what it
there
is.
is more?
No, that's literally for now. That's all that it is. It's just gonna be a component that calls that card component, and
Mm-hmm.
basically it's basically calling the view service to call the service that you created, and then it will call the base component to render all these cards and
Right.
hopefully centralize it. But we'll see that about that. Okay, perfect.
So
Yeah, since this guy doesn't really have a movement, I guess you could just do, yeah.
just a regular snip.
Yes, sir. That's what I heard. Does the post have a date time on it? The post view?
It has updated and created data again. Yeah, as far as I
Perfect.
remember.
So we always gonna be looking at updated date, right?
We can check for short.
Yes, you did. Nice. Thank you. Nice. I wish we kept the author as a string though, but we'll do that later. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know why it was like from the start like a good, but I like at the post level. That's why I took it farther. But maybe it would be better to then map it.
I'll
Yeah.
create a code rub and change it all to strings. It's not a big
Mm.
deal. All right, my friend. You have a PR?
Yeah.
I'm taking your screen, okay? Just waiting for your PR here.
So let me just direct.
So that takes care of the base. So base dialog is already done. This guy can be closed now. This guy is closed. And then on the
Mhm.
issues, yeah, and then remove post by ID. That's what Ricardo and I are doing. I never created the base card for you. Render posts and then render post. Okay, I think that's the one. That's base card. There it is. Card like this. Save. Okay, perfect. So, okay, there you are, creating base card, and then let me attach an issue to it. So this is base card right here. Okay, we have the screen, we have we have all the details here. Nice. Perfect, brother. This is perfect. Okay, cool. Let's close that sucker here. Merge it in. Is it my turn now? Or do you have to do
I,
everything? Okay.
I guess I could try, but I guess it would take a while.
It's gonna take a little bit of time. I
So,
don't think so. You're going really fast. When I see, when I look at a PR, I also see the time between every commit. This is why it's pure coding because it shows me, how
hmm,
much time you're actually taking. It also helps me catch people who try to generate code. I'll tell you about that story another day. Some
Mm-hmm.
people like to act smart, you know. Anyway, what is
But,
this guy? I think I left
mhm,
something. I think I left something here while I was pairing with Ricardo yesterday. Oh, I was trying this thing with Mehdi. It's called trait. I will tell you about it in unit test. Mehdi was teaching me about traits in unit test. It's
mhm,
pretty crazy, man. I'll explain that to you later. But anyway, let's go back here. Let's remove this guy and let's jump over. Let's pull a new session. See how you have multiple teams working on the same project, but there's no intersection because your flows are very unique. They're
mhm,
independent, right? So rarely you'll run into that situation. Okay, do I see your base component in here? Do I? Pulse views, views, bases, card base. There's
yeah.
your work right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's create a new branch. You can't see the branch because StreamYard is weird. Although I could see yours. Is it because I'm running in admin mode? It could be. Anyway, users, Hassan, Habib, and then components, and then timeline, right? And then I'm just gonna
Mhm,
create a new component here. Here it is. And then let's go ahead and let's start building that. So under views, there's components. I guess that's gonna be the very first component we have, my friend.
mhm,
Timelines. And under timelines, I need to create a new component, and it's going to be called timeline component. Okay, so that's my guy right here. I'm going to clean all that up. And then what do we need here, Stanislav? We need, my friend, we need a partial class for this guy. So timeline component.razor.cs. Here's my guy. So partialize. I don't know if it was you or Chris who added this new thing. When you create a new post or a new file, it will add the header automatically. I don't know who did that. I
not
think it
not
was
not
Chris.
me, not
Not
me.
you?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Chris, I guess. Mhm.
Okay, let's inject your service, my friend. So you already built that service. So that's the property I post view service.
Mhm,
That's that guy. So this is post view service. This is our data pipeline, right? And then, out of the post view service, what do we need? We need the component state. So when it's still loading, it tells us that it's loading. So let's go down to the models here. And under models, wow, people didn't put here's another code drop for you. So views, under views, there's components. Under components. And under components, there will be timelines. And then under timeline, I'm going to add in a new file in here called timeline component state. Have we ever talked about component states before?
Yeah, you did like in previous videos, but not between us because we
No.
only did like the base. But
Mm.
this is basically like the loading, content,
Content
and
error.
error
Yep.
state. Mhm.
Yep. That's our guy right here. And then let's go down here and say prop timeline component state, because that's the next thing that comes in. So that's your state right here. And
Mhm.
then after that, what do I need? I need a list of post views, right? That's my
Right.
list of post
Post views.
views. That's how we're gonna iterate through these suckers one by one. I get to see you pretty Blazor today in terms of iteration. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Mm.
Post views. And then what else do I need? I need a string error message, right?
Mhm.
And maybe a label base. Did anyone ever build the label base? Ah, nobody did label base. That really sucks. Do you want to build a label base for us real quick?
Sure, I can. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's go back to your screen. Here, it's you now. How am I supposed to display errors if I don't have label base?
Yeah,
Does it?
I also had to do it before the like post component, right? But I
Hmm.
meshed it all in one, let's say.
You put it all in
Okay,
one piece. Okay.
yeah, yeah, bad, bad design. Okay, so we need, I guess, like the new
A new
branch, which is
branch. Yep.
users.
Stanislav.
And
What does
then,
your name mean? Stanislav.
mhm. it means like it inherits from like getting famous or something. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it
being
means
famous.
so it has it's composed of Slavic elements. Stani means become, and Slav means glory, become famous.
Mhm.
Okay, then I see why you're pairing with me on YouTube. I see where you're going.
Getting places. Yeah,
Getting places.
And Novak means basically like new. So it's like the new famous guy. Something like this.
Here's a funny one for you. So my name, can be comprised like Hassan, Alarian, Habib. Do you know what it means? It means beautiful naked lover, and I'm not making this up.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
All right, man.
Maybe even better than mine. Then.
All right, man. Let's go.
Okay, let's start with
Label
creating a
base. Yep.
label base.
Yes, sir.
Right.
This one is super simple. It's just a label. We're wrapping up the label on the native label component, and we're just passing in a parameter in there. That's it. Sweet and simple. Mhm. So views, bases, label. Just checking to see if I missed anything. Yep, it's just as sweet and simple. No magic there.
So it's like string property
Value. Hmm.
value.
Yeah,
Okay.
just value. And a parameter. Nice. Nice.
And then I guess we need to here get rid of this. And we need nothing as you said, right? So
Yep,
it's
just the
that.
value. Later on, we might add styles and stuff, but for now, this is good enough. Don't forget to
So this is
partialize
it.
your class. Don't forget to partialize,
All
and
right.
and don't commit before you build. All right, let's build this and let's make sure it works.
Should I try it to launch or you
Yeah,
say?
sure. That's what I usually do. Let's just make sure your stuff works.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Base.
No, you're gonna have to just pass value to it. Yeah, that guy's different. Yep. Hello, label. Okay, perfect. Let's do it. Yep, that's it. Yep.
Is it still running? Something was still running, I guess.
All right.
Okay, I guess guess not gonna test it. What he's trying to do. I think he's building, right?
It's
Yeah,
doing something. Yep.
it was building. This is
I'm
the second
I'm
video
I'm
I need
telling
to
you
show.
I'm telling you something
Yeah,
is weird about your machine because this thing should go faster, but we'll see. Something is
yeah.
up with it.
I think with the like preview version, it's faster. Like last time
Yeah.
we had started, but now today I forgot it.
That's okay, brother. We'll figure it out. Figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. But I was already telling my wife about getting the new PC, so it's
Uh-oh. Here comes trouble.
trouble with the property matching child content.
What? It didn't like it? Oh, because of the index razor still has the dialogue because it didn't sync with main. Yeah, this guy's still here, right? Let's do it.
That was scary.
You're like, what? What is that?
Yeah, it sometimes blows up, but then yeah.
Does not have a properly matching child con. Yeah, you're not creating let's see, invalid object type doesn't have child content. Let's go back to your base component real quick. What happened there? So this guy takes value, that's a parameter, that's all. And then on the base component, you're going and saying a simple label in the world,
Mhm.
and we're just rendering it. What is this thing talking about?
Okay.
There it is.
Now he got
A
now he
bunch
got
of
it.
nonsense. Bunch of BS. All right. Okay. Let's create a PR and let's make it happen. Take a screenshot. Look at you. You're spinning up PRs just as much as, just as much as you breathe. You're just putting it out there, How, how crazy is that?
Yeah, I try to get the people to the dashboard, right? So that's what we promised them. So that's why I guess. Okay. So let me draw it on, and then
Mhm. All right.
can't merge automatically. Okay,
It
I
can't
guess
or can?
it can.
Oh,
I
because
guess. Yeah.
yeah, because of the master. Let's see, Taraful Web. Yeah, you want to probably just revert whatever changes you have in your index, and you should be just fine. Or you could pull from main and just resolve the conflict.
Hmm. Okay, so let's do it. I guess like this. Right?
Hmm.
But do I have like the? I need, I guess, to fetch like the newest stuff from main, right?
Hmm.
Why he doesn't want to?
Hmm.
Do I need to do it like first fetch the main?
Yeah, you fetch the main and then it runs into conflicts. No, no, go back into your branch real quick. So
Mm-hmm.
label base. Yep, yep. And then just pull from main. So just do get pull origin main. So just open up, go to tools, and
I
just
get
do,
bash, you mean? Okay.
yeah, yeah. So are you in the right branch at this moment?
Uh, Let me check if I need to go like to the project, right? So Tarafa web, right?
If you do tap, it might autocomplete for you. Yeah, perfect, perfect. And
Mm.
then just do get pull origin main. Origin Origin Igin origin main
Or
space main. Okay, so it says already up to date.
I guess this is not right, right?
Is it because your forked branch is it because your
Yeah, it's
forked?
not up to date, right? Yeah, the forked one is not up to date, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay, then give me just a second. Yeah, okay, because we are not working on one actual
Right.
project in this regard. Yeah, it's had recent pushes 3 minutes ago. Okay, now let's see. I guess this will be then.
Okay. There you go. And
Yeah,
just double click on that index.razor. Yep, and then just take the left side. Just click on the checkbox
I'm
on, yeah,
coming.
sure, that's fine too. And
Oh,
just
you,
and
you said what box you mentioned?
yeah, that's okay. You're right. And then just click
Mm,
accept merge. Do you see that button that says accept
yeah.
merge? That's it. And then just commit, say merge with master. That's it.
Select merge.
Yep. And then, yep, commit and push that all the way up. Yep.
I wish I would find like a easier way to sync it like all the time, you know, to
Okay.
so it's
Okay. I'm going back to my side. Okay. You have the PR already created, right?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So here's label base, base label. You're just increasing your get file points. On you. That's really all that here.
Yeah, like random.
Did you see the leaning technology stuff? What do you think about that? It's pretty cool, huh?
You mean like from front end to back end?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
it's
does
pretty
yours
nice.
say? Are you actually backend? I bet you're
I can
balanced.
show you. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm back end because I just now started actually because I noticed on myself that I'm more on the
On the backend side of
back end
things,
side, so I wanted to
let's take a
improve
look
that a
at
little
it.
bit.
I can see your
Yeah,
screen.
so let's go. Can you see?
Yeah, yeah. Look
It's
at you
loading.
getting popular. Maddie's following you now. He's finding you. Okay,
Right.
so give it a
So this
second.
is
And then you have pairing 134%. That's a pretty good one. And let's give it a second there to load. I need to do a geo distribution. Oh, you are. But you see, you're much better than mine though, because
getting there.
I'm leaning way into the back end. You should see
Mm.
Shree's is massive. She's all the way in the middle. But Brian
Ah.
Parker is all the way on the front end side because all he does is just Blazor stuff. That's pretty cool. That's
Mm.
pretty cool. Okay.
That's why I guess.
Let's go back to Visual Studio. All right, let's do that. Where's Visual Studio? We're just gonna do at least just the rendering piece, and then we will. Okay, here it is. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so back to this. Let me do a quick commit here. So this is component, components, and that is just init initialization. And I need to get latest from master with my friend here. So I'm just gonna go into, I do it old school way, my friend. I just go to the package console and say pull from master, get pull origin main. Yep. And it's gonna give me that nice base component that you just did, label base. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then let's go back here and do control period. What do you know? Stanislav just gave me a label. Okay, perfect. Now, here comes the fun part. You know, we need to write some tests, right, to basically help us render this guy, you know, before we actually type anything at all. What we want to call the service, we want to render the post views, and we want to show them on the screen. If we can get to that part, that should be enough for today. And then
Mm-hmm.
later on, we need to handle the exceptions and the loading and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so here's okay, so here's the deal. Uh, okay. Okay, so I need a test project. I need under components, I'm gonna write timelines, timelines like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then under timelines, I want to go and say timeline component tests, timeline component tests. That's the test. It's public class, public partial, like this. And then what we want to do is that we want to mock the service that we have. So private, read only, mock. That's my mocked component. And then I post view service. That's this guy. That's post view service mock. This is the first time you and I do that stuff, right? You saw me
Mm-hmm.
do it, but this is the first time you actually do it with me, right? Because I'm gonna give you a failing test and you're gonna need to make it pass. So we're pairing, right? So okay, so there's that guy, and then let's go here and say private read only I rendered component. That's my rendered component right here. And this rendered component will have the timeline component in it, because that's how we're gonna render that guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's rendered render timeline component. Okay, so that's this guy. Perfect. Now let's build a constructor in here. And let's go and say, and let's go here and say this dot post view service mock equals new mock post view service. Here you go. Now here comes the ugly part. This is the part that Eagle Hansen and I are working on, right, to make it a little bit easier and simpler to do. First of all, there's a part that's not necessarily too ugly, which is registering the service, right? I want to be able to register that service. So I'm just going to go here because I'm inheriting from test context, right? That's Eagle's library. I can go down here and say this dot services like this dot add transient, just how you register any service. And then you can go here and say service this dot post view service mock dot object. So this is me registering the service. The part that I don't like, which is what we're trying to solve, is that I have to go and educate my service about SyncFusion Laser. This is the mocking part because you shouldn't worry about these dependencies. So I have to go here and say services.add options, but we're working on this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a very quick solution for it very soon. I think he already gave me a
Nice.
solution. I just need to work with it. So anyway, so that's the SyncFusion stuff. Now, here's the deal. I also want to be able to render a bunch of components, right? So private, static, as you may expect. I'm just gonna go, so private, and then this is the filler, like this. And here's your post view, right? And you can create post view filler. So this guy's gonna give me random post views, right? So this is var filler equal new filler for post view. There you go. And then filler dot setup. We do have date time offset on this guy, so we can go here and say, I can go here and say on type date time offset like this. I can go and say use get random date time offset like this. That's my guy. And then I can go back here and return the filler. I don't have that method yet, so let me go build that one. So this is here. I need two of them actually. Private, static, date time, offset, get random, date time, offset, new date time, range, and then earliest date, new date time, dot get value. And I also want something to give me random number, right? Why do we need a random number? What do you think? Get random number.
Because we don't want to have like fixed limitations on how many
Yeah,
we retrieve, right? So you
exactly.
cannot recreate it, let's say.
Exactly. So I want to go here and say, so check this out. I want to return a list of things. So this is private, static, list, post view, list, post view, because that's what your service returns, right? And then I can go here and say, create random post views. That'll give me a list of post views, and then create post view filler dot create count get random number like this, and then dot to list like this. Control period, get that guy done. Okay, so what did I do? I created a method that will give me a random list of post views. Okay, okay. Now let's go and say, let's go back here and see. I need another file in here to basically write a failing test. So there's a succeeding test that we're gonna create first that just tells us that the component state, is in its basic original state, which is should init component. So check this out: public void should init component like this, and this guy basically has a given which is timeline component state. It's my component state. So this is expected state. Okay, and that expected state will be timeline component state.loading, right? And then when var timeline initial timeline component. So initial timeline component equal new timeline component. So it's just a basic component. And then let's validate. So an initial timeline component dot dot service should, right, should be null. That's one.
Mhm.
And then go ahead.
So this is everything that will gets validated before the on initialized async.
Really, yeah, really important. So nobody sneaks in, default values in your system, right? And then initial timeline
Yeah, right.
component dot, and then what do we have? Label should be null as well. And then what else? Initial timeline component error message, I think, should
Should be new.
be null.
And arrow label, I guess also.
And we forgot the most important one in our component, right? What's the most important one? We forgot the um, we
The
forgot to
views.
verify the list, yeah, the list of base components, right? We want to be able to kind of take all these in, right? And be able and this one we need to think about it a little bit. I'll hold off on that one for now, but what we really want to do, we want to verify that there has been a bunch of components created in the system. I'll come back to this one in a little bit. So anyway, so this guy here, this guy should pass. So let me put, it's probably important that we put fact in there. And it looks like someone wants to visit us, Stanislav, while we're pairing. What do you think about that? Also, I forgot about the state, right? So this is so this guy
The
here,
expected state.
yeah, state should be expected state. Okay, now I can run this guy. Eagle asked me the question, but he says, why are you doing that for? And what I explained is that, someone could actually default values into your system. So you don't want that to be there because it might render, the wrong state. So you want to make sure that your system before even rendering is in a good state. Kind of a thorough, kind of test-driven, approach to know that everything is in the way it's supposed to, right? Okay, so this guy is passing, so I'm gonna put a pass test on this guy. Pass. Let me clean up the miss here. Okay, now let's write a failing test. And this is where you come in, my friend, and make it pass. A fact, check this out. Public void should render posts. So here's the good part. And I have an incoming call from a dear friend of mine. What do you think? Should we add the dear friend to the call?
Yeah, sure. Let's
Hi,
let's
friend.
see. What is it?
Gotta check,
Do
fix
you,
my
Hi, Brian.
audio.
do you know this guy, Stanislav? Do you know
Hey,
him?
nice to meet you. Didn't
So,
met yet, I guess. Yeah.
hey Brian, how are you doing?
Good, thanks. My audio was out my speakers. I was watching movies earlier. So.
Which one?
I was actually looking at the new. Have you seen the new Beatles stuff?
Oh, the Beatles.
Yeah, so they've made a movie about. It's like a three. It's on Disney. About the.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like you're sitting in the studio with them, watching them make their decisions, and yeah, it's quite interesting.
Nice. Nice.
It's not like
Nice.
a It's not like a documentary. You're more like a fly on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. So Brian, Stanislav and I are building a timeline component that renders social media components, as a
hmm
list, right?
hmm
And I thought I'd bring you in to hang out with us. What do you think about that?
Sounds interesting. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Okay, so create random views. So you know that B virtualization component that you and I were working on? That
Sorry,
comes in.
just sorry, go back. You probably introduced me in my. I was having sound trouble, but Stanislav is. I'm sorry, I'm just getting your name
Yeah,
wrong.
Stanislav.
Yeah.
Stanislav. Yeah.
Stanislav. Sorry if I say your name wrong. I've got a shocking Australian accent. I'll blame that.
All good, all good.
Yeah. Stanislav, did you meet Australian people before? They're very nice. I like them.
We're not there, but not meet yet. But yeah, I met Brian. I may try.
I'll try and set a good/bad example. One of the two. You'll work it out.
You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. All right, so let's go back to this. So this is my mocked service. I'm gonna set it up to basically retrieve pulse views async, and this guy's gonna returns asynchronously, like here, a retrieve pulse views, like this. Okay, so when your component renders, it's gonna go and try to render these views in here. Now all I gotta do is just go and say, give me that render timeline component, and then in here I'm gonna go render component. What's my component called? Timeline component. That's my timeline component right here. And now, my friend, we get to verify things, right? Let's see why this guy is mad. A read only. Oh, did I make it read only? Why did I make it read only? If you make it read only, that means you can't touch it other than in the constructor, you know. So now I can go here and say rendered component dot instance dot state. Let's verify the state. Should be expected state. So the first thing in here is to verify that you set the state right to content. And then in here, I want to go and say this render timeline component dot instance dot pulse views, right? Should be not null, not null for sure. Let's go here. Hold on. Should be equivalent to the expected views. So whatever comes back from the service should be assigned to your property, right? And then the last thing in here, I want to go and say, so these are the views. I want to go here and say verify that the mocked service, right? So that's your service here. Service.retrieve pulse views async has been called times once. Okay, my friend.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
The test is we're initializing the component, or we're creating the component or initializing it. We're at what stage of the life cycle are we up to?
Yeah, this one is when the component renders and calls the service.
Yep. Okay.
This one is when we just initialize the component. So this one is gonna fail miserably, of course. But this test is missing something. It doesn't verify that the page has created a bunch of these components that you're talking about. So what we can do here, because we don't know how many they are, we can go here and say this dot render timeline component dot instance dot get. I think get components. Let's see. Find component, and I should see in here something to the effect of what did you call it, Stanislav? Card base. They created a bunch of card bases, right? And this guy should return a list of components. Find components, there it is. And this guy returns here what? It returns a I-read-only list of components. Perfect. Let's create a variable for that. Okay, so this is card base components, or actually post components. So these are the components that rendered right here. Are you good on time, Stanislav? Or am I taking your time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
I'm
this
after work, so I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. So these post components, we could just start by saying should have the count of expected pulse views dot count. We could start like that, but there's more to it than that. I'm just gonna start here because it's gonna take me a while. I want to go here and say, okay, for every post component for each like this. I don't know if a read only list would give me that. Yeah, it doesn't. Can I convert it into a list? Not to list. Yes, I can. And then I can go here and say for each, right, component, that's the card component, I want to verify in here that the component dot instance dot title, for instance, matches the title of your rendered component. I guess in this case it's just the content, right? right? So what I want to do here is that I want to go and say this content, should be, I mean, we can go here and say expected post views, right? Dot, let's see, how do you want to do this? So these post views have contents in them, right? And we want to make sure that you actually render the right content, right? So I want to go here and say contains, right? And I think I can pass like a, give me a second. How we want to do this?
Are the
Expected.
subcomponents tested separately? Should we just be mocking them?
Yeah, but these are base components. We're trying to mock them. We're still not in the mocking
Mm-hmm.
phase yet, but I can go here and say post view like this.
Sorry, I meant stubbing them. Yes.
Yes, I didn't finish that part with
Yep.
with Eagle yet, but we should. So this is component.instance.content. There you go. So this here is saying this guy should contain a post view where the content matches the content in here. Now, why is that guy mad? Cannot be applied to operands of type. Oh, because it's a render fragment on where?
On the string.
Ooh, that's right. Because of the. Let's see. Brian, how do I get the inner bowels of a render fragment as a string? Let's see. Does it have
I
like
don't know
a?
if you can. It's
You
actually the
you
parameter
can.
passed in. It's the parameter passed in. So
Okay, I'll stick to the count then just for now, and then we can
yeah.
improve on this. So I can go here and say should, half count, half count. So I just want you to generate the same count that the expected component views should be, just for now, right? This is not a thorough test, but just for now, we can start with this. So I'm just gonna go and run this, and let's see if that guy fails. It should fail. There you go. This guy's saying, I expected the enum to be of value content, but it's not. Now it's your turn, my friend. Fail. There you go. Have fun. It should be really simple, by the way. Super straightforward. Okay, you're it.
Okay. Did you push it already? Right. Yeah. I
Of
need to
course.
sync it first, so we.
Yep. You need to get that branch. Are you a contributor to this repository? Like add it in as a
Yeah.
contributor.
I think now I should, but I did do it like on my own
Hmm.
fork, right? So that's I think why we had this issue before. But I sync
Mm.
it now, so we should be fine. And then now I can create like a
Like
new
another.
branch, I
So
guess.
so let me add you first because you're not here. What's your GitHub name?
Here, I can show you. Here, STAS Novak. So
Nowak. I found you.
so then I would need to clone it from the.
Right, and you need to accept the invitation first as well.
Okay, so let me do this maybe first.
I'll tell you this, while you're doing this setup, let me just move forward with that because we still need to write tests for exceptions and all that, just for the best time interest. What do you think about that? Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna,
right, and then.
right.
Mm,
So okay, so let's do this. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's my timeline component. I'm just gonna go up in here and say on initialize. So override on initialized async, right? So here's asynchronous, and then I'm gonna go here and set up this guy. So I'm gonna go and say this dot post views equals await this dot service view dot retrieve post views async. So I set up the stuff here. Now I get to go and say state equals content. That's my guy. Now all I have to do is to do that nice thing that you're doing in here. I might use Pretty Blazor here to do the iterations. So let's see if I have it already in here. Pretty Blazor. So this is the iteration as markup, Brian, Stanislav. This is instead
Yeah.
of doing an iteration with a for each and make my code look ugly, why not just use Pretty Blazor and do that little trick for us? So here we go.
I just normally write them by hand.
I know you do. I know you do. All right, man. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, this library got a little too famous too fast. You know, I think it has now 6,000 downloads. That's
Nice.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here's Pretty Blazor. I hope that catches up to it. Let's build this. I'm gonna use Pretty Blazor here to just do the iterations and render that component that Stanislav built. So I'm just gonna go here and say iterations. See, and then in here I'm gonna do the type equals post view. So I need using ta'arafu. Come on, rafu dot portal dot web. Come on, man. Web dot models dot views post views. So that's the post view, and then I think I also need the items, right? And my items are the post views. So I'm iterating like this. And now I can go to that card that Stanislav created. So this is card base. That
Can
guy
I
here.
just point something out that's a bit might freak you out a bit?
Go for it.
You know you can change iterations to virtualize and it'll just work the same.
To what? The virtualization for the
Yeah, just change the word iterations there to virtualize.
virtualize. Like this?
Yeah,
And it will just render everything? Nice.
yeah.
Nice. See, that's my brother right there. You know?
But is it also something from Pretty Blazor, or is it just like a
No, it's
regular?
native. This is native Blazor
Ah,
stuff. But the only
okay.
thing about this that's really cool is that it allows you to kind
Huge
of,
list.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you kind of as you scroll, virtualize comes in very handy when you are making calls and you're trying to iterate. Okay, so this is a card base. Let me do the context as well. Is it gonna allow me to name my context whatever? Post view?
Yeah, of course. Yep. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
even think you'll need the T equals post view anymore if it can determine
Uh-huh.
that from post views.
because it knows, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a card base, and I think what Stanislav did, he said there's content in here, right? And out of this content, I want to go and say, I can just for now put a P in here and just say post view here, post view. Oh, it's not able to read the. Oh, there it is. Post view dot content. Oh, see, it doesn't know. No, that does. It does. Okay, there you go. Now let's run the tests and see if that guy passes. Let's do that.
I
Here you
would
go.
not normally use virtualize. I was just pointing it out to you. I was just if I know that the component will be handling a huge list, I would use virtualize. But otherwise, I'd still stick with the pretty Blazor.
Yeah, that's okay. Either way, it's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, this guy also needs to be wrapped up because this guy's native.
Yep. I was just showing you. That's all. Yeah.
Yep. So it passed, right? It passed. Now, what I can do here is just give it back to Stanislav and have him run both the API and the UI and see these content being rendered immediately. I think we're also missing something here. This is why I'm telling you the test is not thorough enough, you know. But you know, let's Stanislav take this test, take this component and run it on your screen and see if you can actually. There you go. Here, this guy pass here. Pass. Pass like this. Take that guy on your side and run the API. Your API has data in it, Stanislav, right? I don't think you and I ever
I
tried it.
still, I hope still. Does it
You're
have?
gonna have to run
I
it
did.
into. I'm gonna have to let Brian Parker do it if you if you're not gonna do this one. Good, good.
Okay, so let's. So I check out to your components timeline, right? Was it?
Yep. So you want to pull that branch in and you're gonna need to run the API too, and you're gonna need to have
Right.
data in that API. This is gonna be exciting. How are you
Let's
doing,
see if
Brian
I
Parker?
do.
What keeps you up at night at this
I don't
time? Is it
know. I
like
don't know.
is it
Oh,
like
it's
3 in the morning over there?
yeah, it's 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, I was struggling getting to sleep. I was actually laying in bed watching the Late Show. So.
Okay. All right, there he is. Okay, that's my guy right here. Okay, you're gonna need to stand up the whole stack. This is where Docker containers come in handy until you start doing some security stuff, and then welcome to network hell with that stuff. But okay.
Did you see my post about the local hospital?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. Not good.
So I guess.
I
So
want
I
that
guess the
background.
portal we can start, right? Or views, pages.
Yep, throw it in the index there and let's run the world. Stanislav, your service is registered, right? Like the view service. It's registered, right?
I guess. Let me check
Yep.
if we did it. Yeah.
Yep. Post view service.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect, brother. That's it.
So instead of the cart, we want to have
The timeline
component
component. The beautiful
timeline.
thing about this guy is that it's self-sufficient. It doesn't need input parameters or anything. Just call it. Nice.
Like it is. So let me run the
API.
core.
Yeah. And I think hit the swagger with the retrieve all posts just to make sure, brother, just to make sure that you have data in there. Otherwise, we're gonna just have to create a bunch of posts about Brian and him being up after midnight.
And I guess we also need to check that we run on that the portal will run on the correct.
That's right. You want to make sure
launch
that the
settings,
URL you don't have settings there at all.
Yeah,
Because this
so
is the
this is
first time we
gonna
run it
take
end
a
to
little
end,
bit.
brother. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have we got migrations
I
done
guess,
and all
yeah.
that stuff?
Everything. Technically, should. See, the beautiful thing about this is that Stanislav, he basically built it all from the back from the database migration, and then built the brokers, services,
All right.
controllers,
Awesome.
all the way up to the views, and now he gets to see his work, coming into fruition. I
Awesome.
know, yeah. And then we get to use your component, Brian, and render it. Okay, here we go.
Run the core, but it's just very slow.
I hate this guy's computer, Brian. He's killing me. You know how they say German machines and stuff? Don't believe the hype.
Yeah.
Don't worry, mine's getting a bit old in the tooth
No, I
too.
think it's just the laptop and the stream and everything. It's just.
Wait,
too much.
this is a laptop?
Ah,
Oh my lord, I hate to be the
Yeah,
fan of that laptop right now.
how much RAM you got in that laptop? Not much.
Yeah. How much RAM do you have? 16?
That's not too bad for a laptop.
Yeah, I think it's just thermal throttles all the time, right? When you do like streaming and coding, and that's why.
Too many things going on Stanislav machine at this point in time. Okay, my friend, let's see if we have any post. I think you might, but if you don't, we could just post a couple. Thanks to Swagger,
I think
now
I
you get to
created
just...
some while ago a little bit, but so it's gonna be the get, right?
No, not the post, the get all yet.
Yeah.
There it is. You just found it. The one at the bottom.
You just got to hit execute.
Yeah, do we need to click extra? Yeah. Okay.
It's not looking good.
Oh gosh.
Brian Parker.
I just used the snappiness.
What do I do?
Maybe there.
There it is.
Yeah, just,
So what did it return? You have a bunch. Look, you have a
Oh,
whole
wow.
bunch.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, thank heaven. We're here. We're coming. Okay. Remind me not to do gibbous on this guy's machine.
It would be faster to create them, I guess, but okay.
Okay. let's run the UI. I hope you didn't
Now
put
I
anything
need.
funny there in your test code that engineers tend to like, you know.
Yeah.
Man, man, if I had a nickel every time I was doing like demo with bunch of directors and bunch of customers, and a brother would be like testing all night, and he gets a little tired, so he wants to entertain himself, so he puts in whatever he wants in there, emojis, whatever.
Anything to keep yourself alert, huh?
Yeah, and then I have to explain that to the customers and be like, and this is emojis. We're showing you that we support emojis.
So what do we need in the
You just need to
portal
run.
then?
Oh, you need the
No,
configuration, right? So
right.
if you go to your brokers, if you go into the API broker, yep, open up the API, go into the API guy. In the configuration area all the way at the bottom, yeah, you need something to match that local configurations. So you just need to do API configuration, go to your app settings and just type this. API configurations, and then inside of that guy you just need to do URL. Mm. Yep. There it is.
Oh,
You just need to put the link in there. Here we go.
so the base link, you mean, right?
Yes, sir. There we go. You can do it. I'm with you. Heart and soul.
I think
Let's
the
go.
first time you're looking in the production one and not the dev one.
Oh, does it look at the production one? I mean, if he puts it in div,
No,
it's
I
okay.
think the first time Stanislaw opened it, it was a production one. I don't think
Oh
he
yeah,
opened
yeah,
it.
the file he was looking at. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, never put your secrets in that one because that one that gets submitted. Okay, man, let's go. Let's go to town. Let's render your post. Gosh darn it.
Mhm.
So let's have a 5 minutes break and then.
It's all right.
You,
I get to drink my coffee.
let me tell you guys a funny story. So Mahdi yesterday was telling me about this amazing, new thing in XUnit where you can use traits, right? So you can, how wherever you say fact when you decorate your test method with fact, you can actually also do trait. And trait, it's giving me like a kind of a panic because trait in Scala is the equivalent of interfaces. But in here, trait is just a way to categorize your tests. It's really beautiful. I'll do a session with him where he explains that to the world. But what's more important than this is that I saw a message, like I saw an option in Visual Studio that says play sound when the test is done. And I was
Mm.
like, who needs that? That's so annoying. And now that I'm hanging out with Stanislav, I understand brother's gonna go need to make some coffee, and he needs to know while he's in the kitchen that the test is
Oh, that's mean. You've just been mean.
They're done. But actually, next session maybe there could be a new PC presentation because I showed the
okay.
last video to my wife and she
Okay.
was like, "Oh,
Okay, maybe you can now buy a new PC.
Now
Perfect.
she understands. Good.
He's got the approval. He's got the approval.
The
Okay.
Minister for War and Finance.
Brother, there's like a whole lot of nothing showing up there on the screen. What's that all about?
yeah,
I-
but I don't know.
I'm
Is
not
it
gonna say a
getting
word. I'm
better?
just gonna wait.
I don't think it's gonna be anything there, right?
Why? You have posts, right? So your API has like has like 15 posts in it, and we need to render it, brother, right?
So on the core, there should be everything fine, I guess.
Yes. We could we could step through it. We could step through it. So put a breakpoint in the component uninitialized piece. That'll tell us the secret. Unless this virtualization, gosh darn it with your virtualization component, Brian. It's not
Oh
working.
yes. Take it out. Like really, seriously, take it out. Like it's just a variable.
So put a breakpoint on the initialize and let's see if we're actually pulling the data. Oh,
Ah,
where's
okay.
my code, bro? Can you
I guess this is the
Ah.
that's kind of important.
mm.
That helps.
I thought I think it was not already uploaded or whatever.
That's
So,
okay, bro.
with a project like this, when I'm working on it, Stanislaw, I quite often right-click on the API and just launch it without debug and leave it running, and then I can stop and start the front end as needed.
Nice, nice.
And-
It probably helps if we had the.
yeah.
Maddie said to me, "Why are you teasing the guy?" And I said, "I like the guy. He's pretty cool. That's why I'm teasing him."
For Aussies, when you're good friends, you start teasing them.
Yeah. You have to wait for that.
I put all sorts of rubbish on a sign when nobody's watching.
Oh, you have no idea. You should see what this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Stanislav, he's driving it at home.
I think the fetching was like too early before we pushed it. That's why.
That's right.
Because-
And this happens all the time, by the way. I'd be pairing with someone and they'd be like, "Where's your failing this, man?" And Visual Studio is telling you I'm done, but it's more like an eventual consistency thing. It's not really done yet, but I think this time we're gonna see something cool.
Let's hope.
I'm looking at the icons across the bottom. I'm wondering, what's he running?
So he's got what? He's got YouTube music. He's got Bash. He's got everything running for him. That's pretty cool. What's that orange thing, Stanislav?
Yeah, it looks like what's that?
It's like an email client.
Oh,
You mean
okay,
this,
okay.
right?
I thought it was
It's
like
like this
Half-Life.
EM mail.
EM client.
No, it's not.
He thought it was Half-Life the game, It looked like it. It does look like it. What happened? It says invalid operation items. Don't worry about the virtualization for now. Let's just do it with.
We hooked up items, but
Huh?
you hooked up items. Is what it's saying there is you need items or items provider, and you hooked up items.
Yeah, but it's not working.
No, I get that. I'm pretty sure it's not the problem, but that's what I'm saying.
Let's just do the pretty Blazor instead. Just do iterations.
Yep.
Is it like a
ITE. Iterations. Yeah, and this guy takes
the
items,
rest is the
content.
same?
Yeah, everything should be the same. That's the beauty about this, is that just.
Have you? Oh, there we go. Took a while.
All right, let's do it.
Brian, you know that we need 5 minutes to start up. You can fool us with this virtualization.
This guy is punishing me. I'm telling you, he's torturing me mentally. Just.
So PostViews, is it a collection?
It's a list, yeah.
Yeah, well, it should have worked.
I
can't see
know.
why-
I'm suspecting it'll blow up here as well. We'll see.
Yeah. I got the feeling PostViews is coming through as null.
You think so? Maybe. What happened?
It's rendering strong.
You could be right, Brian. It could actually be coming as null. Maybe there's something in the serialization or rendering there that is not doing. We'll see. I mean, it's we did.
I'm just working on a hunch using my age.
Somehow I don't doubt that. Somehow I know that you're doing it. Okay, let's just see. We're either gonna trash virtualization forever, and we're gonna hail pretty Blazor forever. Well, I'll tell you something for sure though. If this thing renders, I know what Brian is gonna be doing first thing in the morning. Why did this virtualization component work?
All day, yeah.
Right.
I'm quite.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it will show anything.
We'll see.
Oh, this is crazy.
Gosh dang it.
I think it was faster.
Oh, it failed. It failed. Look, it failed. What's it saying? Object reference is not set to an instance of an object. An external code. I think Brian Parker is right. Put a breakpoint on the. Brian Parker is absolutely right. Put a breakpoint on the
Timeline?
inside the timeline component. Put a breakpoint there on the state. On the state. Yep. We probably need to do something like state has changed. That's all that it is. I bet you that this is what it is. Well, I can't bet, but I know that it is. It didn't change the state, so it was still in loading state, right? And it tried to render a component that doesn't exist, right? So it didn't know what to do with it. Just a hunch. I don't know. Maybe I'm right or maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
So
But then again, if it said the virtualization items provider, still the same thing. What is that all about?
Did you stop? Did you inspect? Sorry, did you inspect before?
Inspect?
No, he didn't check the variable. He stopped there. I think he just went on. Sorry, I didn't notice if he checked it.
No, we were not even there yet.
Yeah.
So it's saying pages, views, pages, execute, object is not set, null reference exception. So what is null in here? What's null is it the just indulge me. Stop this guy and let's try with. So first of all, we know that the view service is registered, right? We know that for a fact.
Yeah, this is crashing before it's hitting the component. Oh.
There it is.
Okay, something in your timeline component. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I like that. Let's do that. It could be the service itself freaking out. Okay.
I don't think we're not even hitting on initialize, so I don't even think it's in the component.
You think it's even outside of the like a dependency that's not initialized?
Yeah, it's something it's trying to inject. What? Yeah.
No, there it is. It actually
No,
he
is.
He is.
What's your post view service look like? What's your post view service look like? Yeah, it died.
Step in?
Yeah, let's step through. And then one more.
So you want to go to exceptions or to the...
No. Go to your. I think your mapper is blowing up. So put on the mapper, on the as post view. You have bad data there. That's what it is. So put that in there. Yep, and run.
Okay, let's check this one.
Yeah, it should.
No, it's the post service, actually.
Is the post service not registered?
This would be strange, I guess, but...
Normally these foundation service. So let's see, post service. No, it is registered. So if you go inside the post service, I see logging broker, API broker. Is there a datetime broker somewhere that we're calling? Let's go into the post service and see. Yeah, so this is logging broker. It's just making a good work.
API broker, logging broker.
So go inside, get all posts async. Let's see what's happening there. No, brother, like the implementation.
Yeah.
Control F12 gets you there.
So it's calling API/posts. That's the right thing. And then in your node service, is it also doing the right thing in terms of if you go to the broker and then you have the node broker, so double click on the API broker itself. Yep, that guy. So it's initializing. I wonder if it's pulling the right configurations from there. Put a breakpoint on the RESTful API fact. Yep.
This is the sort of coding I love when we have a problem. We've got to fix it.
That's we
I
gotta do
I
it.
don't like we're having problems, but I like the challenge.
Yeah. So Brian Parker sees like any issue like this and be like, oh yeah, you want to come at me? Let me show you, you know?
Try
Unlike
me.
any engineer I've ever seen my whole life, they just want things to work. Brian, on the other hand, says, come at me, show me. Okay,
Or tell me you can't do something.
that's right.
So this is like the
Is this the API? Is this the endpoint that's actually active locally?
Can we copy paste that and hit it and then put that
Yeah,
in a yeah.
yeah, copy that URL and
yeah.
hit. Mm.
And you'll have to put swagger at the end of it, of course.
The error message that's coming out is the weirdest I've ever seen. It doesn't make any sense at all. Ooh, I think I know
Yeah, but
why.
it's not there. So
No, no, no. Go back to your startup CS real quick. I'll tell you what it is, my friend. Where's your startup CS?
there.
So scroll up a little bit. No,
Mhm.
we did add the SyncFusion Blazor. We did add everything. Yeah, that's not it. But the URL hits right. It's active, right? That you're talking to.
Check. So it would be.
It was running.
Oh, but now it's.
It's
It
off.
still says it's running, but
Okay, but when you copy that URL and hit it for the API, does it come back with anything?
it's like not
Oh,
found.
just do slash swagger or something.
It'll never have anything on the root.
Okay.
Yeah, you're up
Okay.
and running. So you're up and
Yeah.
running here.
So
So
maybe like the API or something is missing. I don't know.
no, you're
No,
fine.
you were hitting the API with the swagger.
That's right. So post service, right?
There's no
So you're both.
security on. You haven't put any security on the controller or anything.
No,
No.
not yet, not yet.
But it did even like go and
No, it's the problem is not in your
and
API. Your API is
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
The
right.
whole problem is in Blazor. So let's go back in our portal component. Let's go back to that one and see what's going on there. So this guy, it's not even like throwing up a meaningful exception when it comes to rendering things. Does your view service use the datetime broker by any chance? Post view service?
I guess not.
Okay.
It's
So you
like
have this set up, and then you're going and saying await this dot post service retrieve all posts, and you're mapping that, and before it even goes to the mapping, it blows up, right? Let's go inside the retrieve all posts service and let's see if it blows up on the. I mean, it obviously. Oh, wait. Go back. No, that's totally fine. Everything here should be okay. Let's put a breakpoint on this guy. Like scope this retrieve all posts. Let's scope it. Put a squiggly brackets around it and put it to the next line and put a breakpoint on it and let's see if it blows up at this level. Should be, right? Before the parentheses, brother. Like the closing squigglies is before the parentheses. You still need the fat arrow. You just want to close before the parentheses. So after async, you want to do a
Yep.
semicolon and then squiggly bracket.
Happens to me too, man. When
Yeah.
people are watching, you never code right.
And then you need
okay.
return
Then we
here.
need to store it, right? Or
No, you just need to say return. That's all. Okay. Let's put a breakpoint on that sucker and see what's going on. Go for it. I think this is Brian. I think this is something to do with the base components that we're using. I have a very good reason to believe that.
I was going to suggest you put breakpoints on the constructors and the services. Make sure they're coming in
For what? For the services?
for the component. Yeah, whatever services you're injecting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So no, I know he did hover over it actually. It is registered. I know what you're
Yep.
saying. That post view service is actually registered. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Mystery. Mysterious error.
So
Okay.
this one was okay, I guess, right?
Yeah, your configurations are good. And then if you jump right into, well, yeah, there you go.
And
It's
this
all
is also
initiated.
fine.
Yep. They're coming in.
So now we
Yep. Yep. So what's your API broker look like? Yeah. So now step very slowly on that one. Let's see what it does.
it's like a step into
Sure,
or
sure, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, what's your relative URL that's API/posts, which is the URL, right? I think that's the one that we care about. So if
right.
so, mhm, mhm. So if you go if10 and let's see if it goes from there. So this one is okay, Brian. The broker itself is running. And now if you step one more, it blows up.
Okay.
Okay,
Can I
there
see the?
get
Yeah. Can
go
we see the
click.
net?
Yeah,
Sorry.
view details. If you just click on view details, I don't think it's gonna give us much though, but yeah, there you go. It says the collection, the list that you're getting back. So Pretty Blazor is complaining, and it's saying the collection that you're getting back in there. Um, so is it not getting a list? Is that what it is, Brian? Is that what?
I don't know. It's saying it's a systems collections list dictionary. It's. Hang on. Hang
Yeah,
on.
it's saying that list that's coming back. I don't know what to do with it. Basically, that's the problem.
Is it the same receiving type? Like that's saying list dictionary. What's the?
Yeah, oh, you mean the post view? So let's try
Oh,
this.
of course. Yeah. Sorry. Duh. Yep.
So let's try this. Go remove Pretty Blazor 2 and just do a plain old for each. Just a basic for each. Let's see what it does.
I'm pretty sure it's not the case.
You didn't think so?
No.
But it doesn't, yeah, because it doesn't like
Because
even
it
go
doesn't jump through
past
that
this
one.
service, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even map to, right? It doesn't even map from here to there.
But
It's like
it's saying, but guys, it's saying that the collection is invalid. It's null. The
so like this
collection.
iteration collection, right?
Can we
Yeah.
Can you indulge me and while you're running it, show me the network and see if there's an error coming back
From the
from the server?
API?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Post
still
views.
post views, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we are actually getting data. Like we know the address was right, but do we know that endpoint was right? Like the API/posts.
API/posts. Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
was meant
I
to be
agree.
plural.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
I'm
Okay.
just I'm just going over things that I know you guys are clever guys, and I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm just making sure you haven't missed something.
No, no, you're fine. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. So make sure you run. What do you want to run to monitor the network, Brian? Like a
I
wire
normally
wire.
just did. I normally, while I'm running, the browser will pop up. I normally just open the network tab on the browser.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah,
I was thinking maybe Wireshark or
yeah.
Fiddler or something like that. Okay.
So I'd just F12 the browser and have a look at the network.
Do you have Postman in your on your computer? That's
Who,
long.
me?
Yeah, I do. Sure.
Actually, not even without Postman. Just copy the URL and say /API/posts.
Mm.
Mhm.
So in your browser, just do /API/posts on that URL that you have and see what it does.
Okay.
Brian, you might be right on that one. That's what.
It's got to be something simple.
Yeah.
It's just like an addressing issue or something.
Okay.
Yeah, get that base URL and let's see what it does.
Oh. No, I guess he typed.
This guy's tired.
Okay,
He got tired.
So you're
No, just /API/posts. You had it all lowercase. Yeah.
But wait, the endpoint that he was hitting is I think he might have
Oh, it's got to you got to do it on the browser. Yeah, you got to do it on the server, not on the client.
No. What's even more important than this, you're hitting the 5001
Yeah.
port, but
Which
that's
is
not the configuration that you put.
No.
okay.
So his server's running on a completely different port. Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
No, but he's passing that. We checked that before.
No,
Yeah.
see, he put the 44.33.6. But is your Swagger running on that? Like the instance that you spun up out of the browser, is that the same? Yeah, it is. No, he's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
so
like
the minute-
from
Now-
the
now-
core API.
Yeah,
now-
now instead of Swagger, just do API/posts.
Exactly on this one.
Right
We
here,
did the-
right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were doing it on the client before. Yeah.
API/posts. Go for it.
There we go.
Yeah, he's running. He's fine.
Oh,
Now what?
data look alright. And we got a different shape. at
You mean
different
on the
ends.
model?
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking
So
out
is it
loud.
because like
No, this
of
is
the
all good.
slash or something?
I don't think it matters because you're
Mm.
passing in base URL and then it doesn't
kind of
matter.
maps.
Yeah. But okay, so the API is fine. The API is doing the right thing. It's the client, it's the web
Well,
application.
What about like this launch settings? Could be this something that
No.
it somehow interferes with the.
Nope,
No, it's
not
like
at all.
It's a different port.
Okay, so you tried with this for each, right? Let's try. Let's see if it goes through with the for each. Because the error that you're receiving is saying pretty Blazor couldn't render this thing that you're trying to pass in. So I'm just trying to see, did you put a breakpoint on that for each statement?
But both Pretty Blazor and virtualization were complaining about items being null.
Right, so if the items are null, we can at least see it in here. If he puts a breakpoint right here, we can at least see it, right? If it's
Yes.
null, we just want to see it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And understand why it's null. That's the most important part.
I'd follow it up from the broker.
Yeah. Now what?
Yeah.
See, what's the value of pulse views?
No.
See, it's null. How is that possible?
I predicted this right from the start, guys.
Yes, you did. Yeah, no, absolutely, you're right. So pulse views, why pulse views is null though? That's the concerning part. Pulse views, you're saying await, retrieve all pulse views. Right? Can you give me that branch real quick?
I mean,
Give me
it's like
push that stuff that you have already there. Oh wait, I already put everything in place, so you just okay. I'll take it over. Okay, I'm here. Okay, I have
Right.
your screen now.
I was nearly
Okay.
going to do the same thing.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. So this is your timeline, and this is your component. And your component is saying retrieve all post views async, right? And this is asynchronous and uninitialized async. You're rendering. Okay. And then if you go in here, You're saying retrieve all posts async right here. It's interesting it didn't blow up here though, even though you're doing a select on a post. See what I'm saying? So let me spin up the API here real quick and see what's going on. So this is the Tarafu core. Here we
Ah,
go.
so there's the difference. So you, as
What?
post view, what does that do? Does that
It
does
just
that
it just maps it. It just maps it to post view, that's all.
right?
Yep. Nothing more, nothing less, just maps it. Mm. Okay, so I'm just running the local API here real quick just to see why. So we know for sure that the issue is that it's not returning a bunch of posts. So something in our integration is broken for sure. So let me share my screen here. Let me go to this guy. This is how I see it on my end. API posts, and if I go here and say try it out, no, this is the post get posts, try it out, execute. This guy should come back with something or nothing. So I have one post in here. It says Evan is awesome. Wow, that's how old this system is. That was guy that is interning with me. Okay, so there's all that. Okay, now I'm gonna go and take this URL here. Here's my URL, and I'm gonna go back into Visual Studio and see what's going on. You know what could be the problem? Just Stanislav's machine.
Mm.
Just messing with it. Just messing
I
with it.
mean,
You'll
I
be
did like some similar things to try it out before, and it did work, right? But so
You actually
he's
did. You did. You
it's
did.
okay.
You did. Okay, so here's my guy here. I'm gonna run this guy and see if we're getting anything back. Okay, let's see. You guys can't see the screen and it doesn't matter, but the turnaround time will be much faster. Here it is. I can see. Oh wait, I don't have his. I don't have your changes yet. I'm saying like, oh look, it works, but it's actually rendering the index which has hard-coded stuff in. I was like, oh look, it works. It's just fine. Okay, let's try this. So what did we call it? Timeline component, right? Timeline component is our guy. Let's go up there and run this guy and see if that works. I think I might be able to just get it, at least get us an insight of what's going on, right? So this one is the one with the virtualize, right? And it's basically giving me this error. It's going and saying in here, it's going and saying, come on,
But do we have like the
the thing broke. Can you guys still hear me? the
yep.
the StreamYard, I'm waiting for it
yeah,
because
yeah.
it
No, I
froze.
can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, so my Chrome froze. I'm just gonna wait a second. I don't know what's going on. It's just
Hey, it's like what I get. It's welcome to my world.
how can it? You know, my machine is 64 gig of RAM. I don't know, like how much RAM does Chrome needs?
Oh,
You
I bet.
know, this is we're talking 64 gigs of RAM. I'm just waiting for it because if I touch it now, it's gonna say shut down, and all my recording, the entire session will be just screwed up. So let's see if we can do that. Stanislav, it looks like you and I are destined to do things twice.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
I'm
let me
gonna
just
check
wait.
like my old check-in that I had and then see maybe there's like something I set it up by. But actually, it was like pretty smooth when I was creating like the what was it? The grid, like the
The
grid view.
grid. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you did render these things on the grid. That's right. You know, that makes me wonder if it's something in the base component itself. Okay, I'm losing Chrome in a second. I hope it keeps the session running. If it doesn't, I'll send you a link, okay? Hang on.
Right.
Hang on. Hang on.
We can still see you.
I know. Uh-oh. How much did you see?
No, we can still see you.
Everything.
I know he's frozen now. Yep, he's gone.
He is gone. Content.
So he's going to send us another link. Hey, I like the background. The background you have on your desktop. I want to steal it from you.
What'd you say, from Hassan's or like for mine?
From
The
yours. I
Windows.
think, yeah, the render one. Yeah, I liked it. I do.
Yeah. So what I did differently, this is so crazy actually. Condition.
It'll be something
I
very
did
simple.
do an evaluation on the condition, but I don't know if this could be it actually. Because
Hi,
we
friends.
say now, but we say condition.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay,
Sure.
We didn't even leave, and you just came back to the same session. Awesome.
yeah, I didn't know it would do that because usually it just blows up. It just freezes. So let me just go back. Yeah, let me go back here. So there's our guy. And that's true. Stanislav, you did render all of these posts in
That's great. Yeah.
in the grid. So that means you actually made it all the way up there. So
Yeah.
the only thing I'm suspecting, brother, is probably so I post view service. So this guy is coming back as null. Something changed in here that made it doesn't really correspond to this anymore. I'm not gonna touch any of this. How about I just leave this empty like this?
And I
And this
don't know if this could be it, but this condition evaluation of the state of the component, if this is something that it could be.
it could be. It could be. Like I said, you probably need state has changed, but I'm gonna put a breakpoint. Okay, it says socket connection could not be because target machine actively refused it. So let me run the API. I guess that just means the API is not running. So give me a second there. Where is my core? Let's run this guy as well. Just give me a second there. Refresh. Yeah, it should hit something. There it is. And then that's your post view. So what are the posts that I'm getting here? I'm seeing a post right here. Okay, so far so good. F10, F10. Here it is. So these are post views. So the problem, my friend, all I had to do is just remove all the stuff that we had on the rendering side, right? So I think, it's not that the list is null. It's the component, the SF component that we're using is doing something funky. So let's see what funky stuff the SF component is doing. So let's go into views, bases, card base, right? And in the card base, you went and said, give me content, subtitle, title. I don't see anything like crazy.
But we tested those also, right? So.
And we tested that guy, didn't we? So okay, hang on. Something is up here. So this guy here, if I go here and just do a good old for each, right? And I go here and say this is a post view in post views. Okay, so that's that guy. Okay, and all I'm gonna do here is just, just stop right here and just do P and do post view dot content. That's all I'm gonna do. Just to see, this is me kind of really just completely stripping out any details other than this one thing. So I just run this guy. Let's see here. Okay. Here we
So
go.
the only difference I can see is that I had this condition evaluation on the state that it only does this for each when the
It doesn't.
content is,
It
if the
it
state is set to content, right?
Yeah. I think what it is, my friend, is that this uninitialized async.
How are you passing in the post views? Oh, it's items.
No, what Stanislav is saying is right, Brian. Because this is why we need the state. I'm actually very ashamed that I didn't catch
Right.
this.
It's like the
He's
condition
right.
evaluation.
If and only if your state is content, then go
Yes.
ahead. Because unless it's content, it's gonna try to render early.
Yep. Dead right. Well done.
So that's why maybe we should use after initialization or after render, right, or something.
Okay, Stanislav, so let me revert all of this. Here we go. And then what I'm gonna do here, see the error is really useless, to be honest with you, but okay, let's do here and say condition, evaluation. This is what he was talking about, Brian. And then in here is basically saying state equal equal
I know he's right because I've been caught with this exact same thing, and yeah.
timeline.
We're trying to render some data before it's asynchronous retrieve.
Yeah. And then in here match. And on the matching, I need to simplify this component a little bit. But anyway, on the match here, you're basically going and saying, here's my guy. Now I'm gonna run this guy, and I bet you it's gonna render a lot of good stuff. Now it's probably let's see, where is this guy erroring out? Timeline state. Yeah, I need using Tarafu portal web models dot components models views components dot timelines. That should do it, I think. Brian, do you know if we even need the
No, not in Blazor. You don't need
yeah,
the it actually, I'm surprised it doesn't render them.
timeline component state? This guy is living where? Components, views
In your model.
components dot timelines. There it is. Okay, just misspelling. This guy should be lowercase elbow. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. And then because Stanislav has a lot of data, I'm just gonna push that code in and I'm gonna let him do the magic. So here's this guy. Here we go. And lo and behold, you guys, it's rendering. Okay, I'm gonna give this to you, Stanislav. So you can just render a bunch of cards. So it just says here include state. Like this. Go for it. So why this guy, why the test didn't catch this guy? Because of us going and finding the components instead of trying to hook it up to a property, right? That's part of the discussion that I was having with Eagle. But let's do this again. Let's go for it.
So, okay, let me start it again because I had to
Mm-hmm.
throw in the other session to find out what was the difference.
Yep.
And good that we found it. So.
Yep.
Okay, the core is still running. Oh, it's really slow. I don't. Yeah. So when it's for you with 64 gigs, then I can do nothing about it, I guess. I need 128. I need to tell my wife.
128 gigs. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're running on a laptop, I understand now every single problem you have. You know, I mean, you know, technically these compact desktops. This is the Pro. You know, these compact desktops. They're very powerful, and I even added more RAM to it because I don't want to wait for some compiler to build. You know, but I also heard that Samsung has like a just released a 512 gigs of RAM stick. What are you gonna do with that? You know what I mean?
There's a
But then you only
Bill
need
Gates
like one stick,
comment.
right?
You'll never use that.
Did you hear what Brian said?
I said, there's a Bill Gates comment.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. Let's see.
What did he originally tell us? We only needed how many K of RAM? And CPUs only needed a little bit of cache. I can't remember. Ridiculous.
Brian, so people landed on the moon with 64 kilobytes of
Yes.
memory. And but there was no emojis though. So
and most of it was written by a woman that nobody gives them
yeah.
and gives her credit for too.
Credits. Yeah, it's very weird, man, how this industry just It's true. It's true. I is it the one that was standing right next to a pile of printed code, the Apollo mission?
Yep.
You know, that's crazy, man. That's crazy business. Okay,
sad part
Stanislav.
is, the sad part is, I recognise
Yeah,
that
why?
paper.
I have
You,
like,
wait. You recognize her? You know her?
No, no, the paper, the stacks
Oh,
of
the
paper.
paper? Yeah. Brian Parker. In my head, I'm like, who prints code on paper? But then now I understand because back then, in order for you to navigate the code on a
Mm,
machine, it was really hard. It's very hard.
yes, back then, some screens only had 40 columns.
Oh my God, are you serious? Oh my Lord. We have here in Seattle something called the Computer History Museum. I've seen computers like seriously from the 60s and the 70s. I didn't even know they existed. Like they're
Mm,
huge, Brian. They're huge. And
I
all they do
know.
is just punch cards.
Yeah.
That's all they do. It's crazy business, man.
So Stanoff, this is what I started working with. They're the size this.
Do you see the
That's
cards
what
that he's
Stanoff.
holding?
That's why they called. That's why they called them floppy disks.
yeah. Amazing. Yeah, this is amazing stuff.
So Brian, I saw this guy talking online on Twitter, and he said, back then they had to invent their own source control kind of mechanism because there was
Mm.
no GitHub, there was no TFS, there was no
Nobody,
ADO.
nobody even thought of that sort of stuff. It was all sort of very young. Yeah.
You know what? You know what he did? He basically said in order for you to modify a module in the code, you have to actually physically check in a floppy disk because that's where the code is.
Mm.
So you go take the floppy disk, modify the code, and then put it back so someone else would take it and modify it.
Yep.
That was their
I'd,
source control kind of
I
thing.
would. I would totally believe that. I worked in an environment where I was the first person in the office after a couple of years, or after about a year working there, but I became the first person in the office to own a hard disk. So
Nice.
I totally believe that.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy stuff. Okay, there we go.
It's
Stanislav,
firing up. Let's hope.
Brian and I have enough topics for another 2 hours. Just take your
Yeah.
time. We'll be here.
So on this little floppy disk, we would load a complete copy of DBase and the database.
Nice. Nice.
In
Like
the, I don't know if you like the I don't know if you know what DBase is. Like
yeah, of
DBase.
course I do.
Yeah.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yep.
See, the good thing for me is that I'm in the middle between your generation and Stanislav's generations. Actually, wait, how old are you, brother? Stanislav, how old are you?
30.
Oh, no,
Exactly.
he's my generation. He knows. We're only 6 years apart.
I have
Yeah.
sons your age.
Yep. You should meet Nathan. He's really cool. I like him. Like him a lot. All right, here we go. God help us with this freaking machine. Don't bring any more, of these guys over here. Just Brian, don't.
So
Okay.
where did it start?
I'm just filling in time for Stanislav's machine. I'm being mean.
See, now you're picking on the guy. Why are you doing that then? He's a good guy, All right, here we go. Here we go. Should render stuff, I think.
No, because we have like a lot
Yeah, there you are.
breakpoints. Yeah.
Yay! Oh my Lord. So this is it, man. I mean, of course we're gonna need to kind of add in the date time and we need to add in the author and all that kind of stuff, but that's essentially a card that has content in it based on someone posting it. Let's connect the next session, for there are two things that we need to fix, Stanislav. We need to go
My
across
computer.
for your computer. Really sucks, just gotta say. And then the other thing is, can you do me a favor and do a code drop across all and turn author from GUID to string for now? Would you be able to do
Right.
that?
Yeah,
For
sure.
now, because we're gonna actually, I know why it's GUID, because it's supposed to be a referential to another related entity, and that related entity would have the person's name on it.
So
Maybe
like user management, right? That we have in OSSS, something similar? Or...
precisely something like that. So here's what we can do. You and I could pair on, adding an actual author entity with a name and address and all that, and then pull all related entity and only display the display name. But for now, this is perfect. We need to also display the date, right? And
Mhm.
so we need to say author said, and then date, and then the content that they said. That would
And
be
make
your
us.
social media kind of. Go ahead, Brian.
We need to. You need to put two dates. You need a date and a time, and you also need the author's date and time in case you're international.
Ah, I like that. But wouldn't it like map it to your local time so it
Well,
would
that's exactly right. So, do you want to see it in your local time, or do you want to see it in both? I'd like to see it in both.
that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
like that. So these are the three things that we need to fix. We need to fix the author, we need to fix the date time, and we need to fix the and then eventually we're gonna allow pictures and stuff like that to be added into a post. But I think that's a great start. There you go. Here's your social media posts. I mean, it would be nice to add margin to kind of separate these posts away from each other and then centralize them. But we can do the we can put beautify it
That,
later. But
that's CSS. Yeah, leave that to last.
and this guy is running on virtualize, so Brian is right. This is
Mhm.
exactly what it's doing.
Mm.
Okay, friend.
So, so what's really
Brian.
cool about that is if you throw thousands and thousands of posts at that, it'll actually handle it very well. So,
Yep.
mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
this will only work with a list. Sorry, the
No, you're
lag.
right. No, you're
The
right.
lag. Yep.
So,
Keep
so
going.
Stanislav, do you want to connect tomorrow and kind of finalize parts of this, before
Yeah,
we
sure,
I'll,
we
I'll
can
tell you
connect.
how we can do both sides at the same time, and it will be a great opportunity to show people how we can build relational model into your existing component, like one-to-many relationship, like one author to many contents. And maybe we can introduce things that don't even exist today, like having multiple authors editing one post, right? Like if you have a
Mhm.
post, you could allow a bunch of people to edit it. That doesn't exist today, right?
Mhm.
Anyway, thank you both for hanging out, Stanislav. I'm gonna publish it
Okay.
because it's pretty cool.
It's
It's
pretty
it's
funny,
real
yeah.
life. It's real life debugging. That's how we do it in the real
You're
world.
gonna you're gonna have to cut out that bit when you lost the connection because we said some horrible things.
I'm okay with that, man. That's okay, man. The truth. Let the truth come out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
64 gigs not enough for Chrome. Yeah.
one more thing, Stanislav, create a draft PR so I can put a link for people to take a look at the stuff that we did, and then we're gonna have to go back in the background, fix some things, and then come back to this one, to kind of finalize the timeline for a social media platform. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining in, Brian. I know it's super late.
I
Stanislav, thank
enjoyed
you
it.
for.
I'm wide awake now. Thanks.
And this guy from from Poland, he's very patient with us, Brian. We picked on
Yes.
him, and he's just trying to fix the problem, and we're just picking on
Yeah.
him like we're just
I,
But
I
but
like
I did it in the end, so it was like
you
extra
made it
stressful
happen.
management.
It's
and you
still
handled
you who
us
figured it out. Go
and you
ahead.
and you handled us picking on you, so that's awesome. You're one of us now.
So good.
Welcome to the club. Let's bring Mahdi in and pick on him. All right, guys. Thank you so much for today, and I hope for everyone watching us, I hope you found this a little bit useful. It's more, my pairing sessions are more like podcasts that have a side effect of coding. So we're building a product, but we're also discussing all kind of things. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to drop comment section. And I can't wait to see you in another session. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.
Bye.